Hi, my name is Rudeep Goregaonkar. I've done my diploma in electronics engineering. I'm a student of MIL Academy and my project is Defense in Depth in PCs. Defense in depth means layers of defenses that are centered around the asset to be protected. In this case, it happens to be the personal computer. Although it means they will have plenty of defense measures, it does not mean applying all the measures, but to apply some of the measures so that they coordinate themselves and complement each other in case of a failure of one line of defense. We'll be seeing defenses for the PCs on four fronts: the network layer, operating system, user applications, and data. Defense in depth, the concept of defense in depth arises from the military principle, where it states that it is more difficult for an enemy to penetrate a multi-layered defense system. A defense system consists of many layers rather than to penetrate a single line of defense. You have various defense components like antivirus software, firewalls, anti-spyware programs, biometric verifications, and the primary among them is, of course, physical protection of the PC and awareness among all the users. First, we go to the network layer, where we can use firewalls, which are essentially devices which will intercept and stop all data arriving and leaving a PC, and examine the data depending upon the set of rules that are configured into the firewall. Software firewalls are usually used for dial-up internet connections and for home PCs, while hardware firewalls are used for cable and fast connections. We have to use a spyware protection. Spyware is exactly what it says. It spies on the user's internet activity, gathering email addresses, passwords, reading cookies, and keystrokes. And this information is collected and sent to the spyware creator, who then uses it for marketing and advertising, or else he can sell it to a third party. Finally, of course, you can go ahead and disconnect from the internet when you're not using it. This will reduce your attack surface. The operating system should be able to automatically update the latest patches which are released, effectively meaning that we must have a strong patch management system. This applies also to the antivirus software. All antivirus definitions should be updated automatically. And you should also make a boot disk, which is a backup disk for the operating system, in case if there is a hard disk failure, and so we can go ahead and boot from the boot disk. Operating systems should be hardened in a way that we have to disable all services and features which are not required. Like, for example, we can disable the auto-run feature, where if you put a CD inside the tray, the auto-run feature automatically runs the CD without our permission. Disabling this feature would help us not to run the CD, and turning off the hide file extension for known file types would show what files are stored on the CD, so that we can examine them manually and check if we want to run them or not. In the user application measures, it is best to prevent disable all Java, JavaScript, and ActiveX softwares wherever possible, and not install programs of unknown origin. Only check if the programs to be installed are from a reputed company or a reputed org chart. Data defensive methods would include backing up your data, your critical data. The frequency of the backup depends on how critical the data is. You can also encrypt your sensitive data using the encrypting file system available in Windows 2000 Pro and XP. However, the only exceptions are that this will encrypt only NTFS files, and it will not encrypt compressed and system files. Choosing strong passwords forms one of the few forms for the defense in depth. That's you should have 7 characters minimum in password length. It should include upper and lower case letters, numeral symbols. It should have at least one symbol character in the 2nd to the 6th position. There should not be any repeated characters, and should not include names or login IDs. Like, for example, it should not include names of your family members, pets, or your car models. There should not be any use of adjacent keys on the password, and do not use any old passwords. And to check out if we have to open any emails, the proper precautions to be taken are we should always go ahead and see if the sender of the email is known to us and why the attachment has been sent. Before opening any attachments, it should always be scanned by antivirus scanners. And please do not fall prey to any enticing mails. I think that's about it. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. Thank you.